A government seemingly intent on diffusing anger in the streets, first confronting protesters, now banning international media from covering rallies and arresting 3 reformist politicians. One observer sees some similarities between Tehran's Azadi Square and Beijing's Tiananmen Square 20 years ago.
These regimes don't like transparency, and they don't like the media unless it is serving their own propaganda purposes. So whether it's in China or Iran or anywhere else in the world, it's the same principle.
June 1st, 1989. 3 days before a massive crackdown by Red Army troops, the Chinese government cuts off live American newscasts in Beijing and bans journalists from videotaping demonstrations. An Obama administration official tells CNN it would be alarming if the government's response in Iran goes much further, but he quickly adds, "We're not there yet," and he echoes the caution of his boss.
It's not productive, given the history of U.S.-Iranian relations, to be seen as meddling, the U.S. president meddling in Iranian elections.
An Iranian official we spoke with says he won't enter into comparisons with Tiananmen Square. He says international reporters were banned for being what he calls unfair and misleading in their coverage, and says we shouldn't connect the media restrictions to speculation about a tighter crackdown. Even with disturbing amateur video like this posted on YouTube that appears to show a protester being dragged and struck repeatedly, one analyst sees significant differences between Tiananmen and Tehran.
Remember that the Chinese government was a deeply entrenched dictatorship with a more or less secret leadership that dealt only with itself, determined to hold on to power. The Iranian central government is far less unified.
Professor Richard Bullitt says even within the senior Iranian leadership, there are moderate clerics as well as hardliners. He says even the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is the subject of criticism and possible removal from office by senior clerics. Bullitt predicts the Iranian government will try to diffuse things with this limited recount and will try to ride all of this out without a tougher crackdown, hoping that the demonstrators will simply get tired and quit. Todd, CNN, Washington.